Alright, hey YouTubers, this is Kong. This is probably my first video on car audio. Probably my only one, but been doing a lot of research on the internet and wanted to record to you for some of you Subaru guys if they are going to upgrade their stereo system in their car. Now, previously, I have not done a Big 3 upgrade, and this is going to be a video about the Big 3 upgrade and the upgraded battery, as well as some of the different wirings that I will be using for the Big 3. So I did buy a Big 3 upgrade kit from Sonic Electronics. It was a very good buy. It's a XS Power Big 3 upgrade kit. You can see that right here. This one and these two for the ground. And then I also bought, or I went to a local battery place and bought by the foot 1/0 gauge power wire or battery power wire, which will power up my amplifiers inside through a distribution block. Now, I also want to say that my previous build that I did on here, I've only used about 300 RMS, so the gauge of the wire was technically 4 gauge. So with that, I switched out all my cable wiring. As you can see, this is my ghetto rigged fuse block by Kicker. It's a 1/0 fuse box in and out. It's actually pretty good. It has a 200 amp fuse in there. So let me show you where all the wires are going. So we have here, we have this ground wire is connected to the engine chassis. It goes around and then it curves. It curves inside and then it'll come out here. As you can see where my hand is pointing, that is the engine to the ground. I actually mounted it onto the power steering pump. I guess you can say that's not a pump. And so I've seen another person done it on YouTube, or has done it on YouTube in the same way. They mounted it onto the AC compressor. Excuse me, the AC compressor, and it was all right. I also have the other 0/1 gauge, 1/0 gauge wire that's connected to the chassis, in which it goes under the windshield wiper fluid reservoir box around, and then hooked onto the chassis, which is this bolt right here. Once again, if you see that excess wiring, I just was lazy and I didn't want to cut it and redo everything again. I did take off these shrink wrap, the original shrink wrap. It was XS, and then I did solder these. So all of these connections that you see here have all been soldered and rewrapped with shrink wrap as well. Okay, that's it for the ground. Here's the power. You can see that the original for the Subaru is still on there as well. I did not want to take that off because it would be too much work for the wiring harness, which the wiring harness is connected to the fuse box. So I just kept all of that in there and put it's on its own separate terminal on the side here. And then here you have the two 1/0 gauge power wire. You have the one that's connected to the alternator, planning to connect to the alternator, which is this blue one, as you can see here. It goes around, it hooks around. I attached it to one of the hoses here, and then it goes under the throttle body, around and over the intake manifold, and then down to where the alternator will be. I will be getting a DC power 180 amp alternator, which I've heard great news about. Just that their shipping and their time in making it just takes a long time. It's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. 2 weeks from 2 weeks is going to be on Tuesday. Let's hope that they get that shipped out and ready. But here's my here's the alternator here. This is the stock alternator. It's been pretty beat up. I haven't changed this alternator since I bought the car back in 2002. So the alternator is probably about dead as well. And then you have my AGM battery that I got from O'Reilly. Their same battery, their Superstart battery Platinum AGM is the exact same battery that Deca makes. So Deca makes this Intimidator battery that is the same exact style. This is a 3538 size 35 or group 35 and 30. Excuse me, group 35 and 85. That's the one, and it comes with a 3-year warranty. So I very enjoy it, and there's a lot of O'Reillys around our neighborhood, so I can just easily take that and replace it if it does go dead. And then lastly, you have the last 1/0 gauge power wire that's connected to a distribution block that will power up my amps. I will show you what that power looks like, the power wire looks like. As you can see here, zoom in on that. There you go. So this is a battery power wire. Now, notice that your car audio will have a lot more strands. I hear that the consistency of signal is a lot better when there's a lot more strands, because electricity actually flows through the outer rim of each individual wire. So having that having a lot more strands is a lot more better. But once again, I'm not competing, and so this will do sufficely, especially with the amount of power that I will be drawing out from the alternator and the battery. So 1/0 gauge battery, battery cable black. I didn't get red because they didn't have red. So letting you guys know. And then I'll shoot out a update once again for what's going on in my car. With that, that is a 2002 Subaru Impreza Big 3 upgrade, and as well as some of the wiring that has been done. Thanks. We'll see ya.